They lived among us, smiled at their neighbors, worked regular jobs, attended community gatherings, but behind closed doors, they fed a hunger that no normal person could understand. These aren't stories from movies or fiction. These are real cases from police files. Real people who disappeared. Real monsters who collected more than stamps or coins. Tonight, we share 3 true stories about killers who didn't just take lives. They collected pieces. They built monuments to their madness. And some of their collections were never found. Riverview County was the kind of place where everyone knew everyone, where teenagers could walk alone at night without fear. Until 1998, when 5 kids vanished like smoke. All honor students, all from good families. All were last seen near Henderson's weekend flea market off Route 47. The police questioned everyone, including old Harold Holloway. 73, polite, ran a little antique stall specializing in dolls. Chipped porcelain faces with glass eyes that seemed too human. Parents started whispering. Some of those dolls looked familiar. The hair color, the skin tone, too perfect, too real. Every missing teenager had been spotted browsing Holloway's stall before they disappeared. But we had no proof. Just a creepy old man selling damaged dolls. After my best friend Lisa vanished, Kevin, Luis, and I couldn't wait for the police anymore. We decided to search Holloway's house ourselves. 1247 Willow Street. A narrow house with peeling paint and windows that watched you like eyes. The smell hit first. Rotten meat mixed with preservatives. Old blood soaked into floorboards that creaked under our weight. Sherry, look at the walls. The living room walls were lined with shelves. Row after row of dolls. But up close, they weren't porcelain. The hair was human. The eyelashes too thick. Real skin stretched over frames. In the basement, we found his workshop. Tables stained dark. Jars full of preserved eyeballs floating in yellow liquid. Saws and bone cutters lined on hooks. Stretched on a rack was his latest work. Half its face was porcelain. The other half was teenager skin. The jaw twitched like nerves still firing. Kevin vomited. Luis froze. That's when we heard footsteps approaching from upstairs. Mr. Holloway was home. Time for your transformation, my dear. Crouched behind storage shelves as he descended with the plastic-wrapped bundle. When he unwrapped it, we nearly screamed. A boy, barely alive, mouth sewn shut, eyes wide with terror. His chest heaved against stitches binding his arms. You'll be beautiful, perfect. You'll never grow old. You'll stay with me forever. He sliced strips of skin from the boy's back, calmly and methodically, like cutting fabric for a dress. My foot knocked over a jar. Glass shattered across the concrete like gunshots. "You shouldn't be here!" He bolted through the hall of dolls. Every shelf shook. Glass eyes caught the light. One doll fell and split open. But inside wasn't porcelain. It was a skull. Police raided the house hours later. But when they searched it was empty. Shelves bare, jars gone, workshop spotless. No trace of Holloway. No trace of the dolls. Weeks later, I found the package on my porch. Inside was a doll dressed in Kevin's hoodie. His face was stitched together, lips still raw. When I pressed its chest, I swear I felt it beating. 6 months undercover, hunting the trophy collector. 12 victims in 2 years. Each one missing something personal. Jewelry, hair, pieces of clothing. October 15, 2019. I was walking his hunting ground, playing the perfect victim. Alone, vulnerable, exactly his type. That's when I felt eyes burning my back. Footsteps, matching mine perfectly, staying 3 steps behind. Patient, confident, like a predator who'd done this before. He carried his trophies with him, a chain of small objects that clinked as he walked, each one a memory of someone who never made it home. I woke up in a concrete basement that smelled of bleach and old blood. Zip-tied to a metal chair. But he made one mistake. The wire in my hair was still there. "You're perfect. I always take something. But with you, maybe I'll take everything." He showed me his collection like a proud curator. Shelves lined with tagged trophies. Earrings dated by year. Locks of hair in labeled bags. Bracelets categorized by victim. Each one resisted. But they always break. They always give me what I want. He thought he'd chosen me, but I'd chosen him. I wasn't just another victim. I was Detective Maria Santos, and my team was already moving into position. "Your hair first. Such a beautiful color. It will preserve perfectly." I signaled through the wire. Within minutes, the basement erupted with tactical lights and shouting. He fought like his life depended on keeping his collection intact. "You can't take them. They're mine. I earned every piece." When it ended, he was reaching for his trophy chain, whispering about his beautiful memories. We found 847 items, hair from 23 victims, jewelry spanning decades. But then we discovered something that changed everything. A box labeled Future Collection. Inside was a police badge. My badge. He'd been planning this for months. He'd known I was an undercover all along. The whole thing was a game. He wanted to add a detective to his collection. He died 3 days later, smiling. His last words were about the perfect edition he'd almost completed. His collection sits in evidence storage. Sometimes, I wonder if someone else is starting where he left off. I never drank tequila before that night. Beer, whiskey, sometimes wine. But tequila became something sacred, a ritual, a celebration, a memorial. October 2018, walking home through the alley behind Cantina Rosa. She was there, drunk, stumbling, laughing at everything. She looked at me and laughed harder, called me pathetic, said I looked like a creep who'd never touched a woman. Something snapped. My hands found her throat before I could think. She made this sound like air escaping a balloon. Then silence. That's when I saw the empty tequila bottle. Green glass, still sticky with lime. Took out my knife and I couldn't let those eyes just close forever. One bottle became 12, each one different. Square bottles, round ones, skull-shaped glass from Day of the Dead celebrations. I choose the bottle first, then find eyes that matched. Blue eyes for square bottles, brown for round ones, green for the decorated skulls. Some fought harder. One girl clawed my face. I still have the scars. Another begged, swore she'd give me anything. I told them they'd live forever, staring through the glass. And they do. Every morning, sunlight hits the cabinet and their eyes shine like jewels. November 2019. She sat alone at the bar, nursing a margarita, looking bored. Perfect prey. I offered to buy her a drink. She smiled, touched my arm, wanted to go somewhere private. Too easy. In the parking lot, I had my knife ready, the bottle waiting in my jacket, a fresh one I bought that morning. When I pressed her against the car, she didn't scream, she pressed back. Then, I felt steel against my ribs. Badge. Undercover police. We've been watching you, she whispered. I should have run, but my collection called to me. She'd destroy everything, tell everyone, break my beautiful bottles. When it ended, her eye was warm in my hand, still moving, still alive. The tequila fizzed as it sank to the bottom. I laughed because she thought she could catch me. Instead, she became the centerpiece of my collection. At night, I hear them whispering. Dozens of voices, trapped in glass, telling me the collection isn't finished. Every morning, sunlight cuts through the bottles. Each eye lights up like a precious stone. All watching, all judging, all are demanding more. The collection guides me now, shows me who to choose, where to hunt, how to preserve them perfectly. They never let me rest, because once you start collecting beautiful things, you can never stop. drinks tequila the same way again. 3 collectors, 3 obsessions, 3 ways that human beings became objects in twisted museums. Holloway's dolls were never recovered. The trophy collector's basement held decades of evidence. The girls' bottles remain in police custody, too disturbing to destroy. But somewhere tonight, someone else is starting their own collection. Looking at people, not as humans, but as objects to acquire. The next time someone shows too much interest in what you're wearing, remember these stories. Because the most dangerous collectors are the ones who collect the living.